little bit more time. So let's bring in our experts. Joining me now, criminal defense attorneys Janet Johnson and also Darren Kavanoky. Hey, Janet, you guys are two of the best in the business, but Janet, I got to address this to you. Is this defense lawyer 101? We keep asking for more time and more time and more time. And is it right for the judge to keep allowing this much time?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point, Ryan. I always tell my clients, anytime you walk out of that courtroom, and you're not convicted, and certainly you're not sentenced to death, it's a victory for you. And prolonging it prolongs the inevitable, perhaps. And I think the judge has to err on the side of doing what the defense wants them to do. But some of the reasons for the delay are we don't want cameras, we don't want media. That's a little bit rich from somebody who gave an interview within moments of being convicted of murder. It's hard to talk out of both sides of your mouth, and I think in the end, the judge can't keep cameras out because Jodi Arias keeps inviting them in.
Yeah, and she plays both sides of this, Darren Kavanoky, and it seems like every time Jodi and her defense team try to work this to their advantage. But tell me about these motions. The defense making a motion to try to change the venue. You think that makes a difference, and do they get it?
I don't think they end up getting it. And it's so interesting because when we think back, to give this a little bit of context, the defense was asking for a continuance some time ago, wanting to put this retrial into 2014. The judge wasn't having it and said, no, we're going to get this going in 2013. And it looks like inch by inch, the defense has won that little skirmish. And while it's true that the judge has to be careful to protect the record. This is a death penalty case. Appeals are inevitable. You don't want to have to do a trial twice. At some point, you just got to say, come on, these motions have been on the judge's bench for weeks now. We don't need additional delays to hear these out. But yes, we're going to be fighting about whether there's cameras in the courtroom. I think Jodi's going to lose on that battle. They're wanting to keep all of us out. Ain't going to happen. They want to get into jurors' Twitter accounts. Probably going to lose on that. Ain't going to happen.
I don't
but they're
think so.
legitimate
Well, let's talk about those. Go ahead, Janet, jump in.
I think they will get the Twitter because what happens is in the last trial, there was apparently an alternate juror who was tweeting with our own Mark Arglash. And I think that because of that and because Twitter was really a major, I mean, the judge announced the delay via Twitter today. So I actually think they will get that. I'll predict that they will get that.
Yeah.
And in the end, I don't know if it'll unearth
maybe,
anything.
yeah, you're right.
Jurors,
hey, look, maybe that's a sign. But when you look at it all over, the judge has got a tough position because she's trying to do everything she can to make sure she doesn't bring up appealable issues or bring up appealing arguments. So it's tough balance. But at some point, Jodi will have to face that life or death decision. Great job, guys. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ryan.